What's going on, guys? I just wanted to pop on and show off a few of my pipes. You know, uh, just wanted to let y'all know before I do that I've just been kind of just spitballing with the channel and venting a little bit. Uh, I don't expect every idea I have to be a home run. Expect them all to hit them all out of the park, but I'm just just trying to figure it out more or less. But I did I was talking about pipe tobacco and pipes a little bit earlier with my brother, so it kind of got me in the mood, and I thought I'd show off some of the more the rare or the more the cooler Kaywoodies that I own. The more the tougher to find ones, the less common ones. That's what I mean. And a lot of them are the old thorns. I got an old thorn here. This one was actually repaired years ago. Whoever owned it, they cracked it right here along this edge, and there's I didn't even realize it at first, to be honest. It's such a nice K Woody. It's an old thorn. It's got the KBB, and it's a sitter. And that's one thing that I always liked about the K Woodies is back in the day, the old ones that had the old big four-hole ball stingers. Um, they mostly made sitters for some reason. They mostly made sitters unless they were bent. If they weren't bent, they always seemed to give it a nice flush bottom. And this one's one of my favorites too, because it's just got that super classic apple shape with that just a lovely rustication. And I don't know what it is about the Bakelite stem, about the faux amber, but I love it. I think it looks so good on pipes. And I think Kaywoodie, they were some of the best. KB&B were some of the best with the Bakelite. And, this is one of the later finds that I picked up years ago. And it's a number 14 Kaywoodie, which a number 14 is this bent apple shape. Now I've got several in this shape. And I've tried to collect one from all of their old lines. This is from their Rock Ambura, same as the last one. It's the Rock Ambura line, which is, I guess it's in reference to the Bakelite stem, uh, which like I said, I love. And I actually used to hate these bent pipes, but somewhere, a couple years ago when I was making videos and buying a lot of pipes, I just went nuts for these bad boys. I don't know what it was about these bent number 14s, but I just bought every one that wasn't a regular standard. I just bought them all up. And this one, what's special about this one is it's a rock ambura. It's also a suntan, which is another line. It's which means it's Algerian briar, which is very rare to find these when uh, they've got the Bakelite stem, they're a rock ambura, and on top of that, it's a suntan, which um, this one here. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Grab the wrong one. Darn it! I thought I just had it. I had a suntan. Well, I'm gonna another. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is a regular suntan here. Um, and it's an old school oval Lavat, and it's one of my favorites too. This one I bought right around the same time as I bought this guy here, but it doesn't have the rock ambura like this one does, which I'm super proud of this one. I love how it just combines the two because the Algerian briar, it's always an excellent smoke. I've I've got no complaints. These are always great. I mean, these are made in the 20s, the 30s. They're just awesome old estate pipes. And there was actually one that I just picked up, but it's broken. This one I bought years and years ago, and it really sucks because it was a Lavat Rock Ambura, and it was a sitter. I don't know how to fix it though. I've had it for years and just kept it in a drawer. And what happened was I don't remember it breaking. I don't remember breaking it, but the tenon was broke, and it broke off just below that flange of that collar, the sinker stem collar. And I'm wondering, is there a way that I can put this guy back together and and restore it to new? 'Cause oh man, I would love that. I would love that because I love this pipe. It was such a great pipe. I love that it was a Labatt. This is one of my favorite pipe size or pipe shapes. And it was the Rock Ambura. It was just I love these taller, thinner, apple-shaped bowls, and it was just such a lovely smoke, such a lovely smoke. And so, if any of you guys know how to fix a broken uh, a broken shank on these Kaywoodies, just give me a holler, please. I'd really appreciate it, man. This is over 100-year-old pipe, and I'd love to keep it in keep it in circulation. Another one that I've got made by Kaywoodie that combines um, two styles or two of their lines is this one here. This is a Rock Ambura Kaywoodie Thorn, and obviously it's in the Dublin shape, of course. And this was the first thorn, I believe, or the first rock ambura. This is one of the first rock amburas I ever had, and probably the first thorn. I paid a very low amount of money for this one too. It was when I was early on in the pipe game, and you know the hobby hadn't really caught on as much as it has in the last few years. And because these thorns are tough to come by, they quit making by World War II, I think. But this one actually has the KBB on the bottom. There's no way I can make that work. Um, yeah, it's got the KBB on the bottom, which I absolutely love. Eh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. I'll have to figure that out another time. But yeah, it's got KBB on the bottom, which is awesome. I mean, it kind of dates it. If you know anything about Kaywoodies, of course, you know how that goes. Um, but it's a drinkless Kaywoodie Thorn. The shape is great. It's a sitter. Just a fantastic pipe. The bowl is absolutely perfect. It's just a perfect pipe. One of my favorites. And I've always enjoyed it. Always enjoyed it. All my rock amberas I've enjoyed. Um, And really, today I wanted to talk more about my favorite rusticated ones. And this one here, Oldberg gave to me years ago. It's a 1967 Dunhill Shell Briar, and it's quite a large pipe, quite a large bowl. This has traditionally been my English pipe, my English smoking pipe. Um, it's a superb smoke. I mean, what can I say? It's You know, it, I specifically only smoked like Penzance out of it and some of the other really popular or really I believe the Smoker's Haven, the Germain blends. I mean, I really This was really, my number one. This was my apex pipe. This sat at the top of the heap for years. Um, and it's still up there apex wise, but it's been more or less retired. You know how it goes with pipes. You acquire them and you retire them. Another one that I've got here that I bought about the same time as I got that thorn apple, and I considered them a pair. And this one is also has a KBB clover leaf on it, and it doesn't have the rock ambura, but it's the same age, and it's just an absolutely wonderful pipe. I love this pipe. Just always, always a perfect smoke. And like I was saying about Kaywoodie, I don't know what it is about them pre 60s, I would say, where they did this flattening here on the bottom, but I love it. I love it. I think it was all. It really adds character to the pipe, I believe. Um, it allows it to set, and it takes just a little bit of extra craftsmanship. And not only that, when you have these rusticated ones, that's where they've got to do that so that they can put a so that they can etch the number in and the company name and whatnot. And another thing, I think it's smart because you have to put that into the rustication someplace. So why not put it on the bottom and make it a sitter? Why not do that? Make it best of the both worlds. And it's got the old school synchrostem, four-hole ball stinger. And I don't know why, but some people cut the balls off or they get rid of them. I, I like them. I think they're fantastic. Here's another one. One of my later acquisitions is this old school, big four ball flame grain apple. Now, I don't know exactly when this was made. It's sometimes kind of tough to date Kaywoodies because this is definitely one of their premier lines. It's one of their higher end lines. It's because you can see it's got the black clover leaf and the white circle, and it's got the flat bottom. But the flame grain, that wasn't even a line until later on in their history. But it's beautiful. It's got the more or less the vertical tiger striping. Beautiful. And this one is a fabulous smoke, especially for Virginia's smaller smokes. Mm. This one has been a favorite of mine. I love the rounded bowl cap, the top of the bowl. It's an exquisite smoke. And another one of my favorites is this guy here. I like to call it the tuxedo pipe because it's it very much this is I feel like this is what you would smoke at a black tie event. This is what the hoi polloi smoke when they go and socialize with the rest of the hoi polloi, at least in the 20s and 30s. And what's really neat about this one is and it very much so reminds me of the Dunhill. And I do believe in this era when Kaywoodie was making these, they were making easily as quality of pipes as Dunhill was. I don't think Dunhill had the market cornered. But what's weird about this Kaywoodie is because it's a relief grain. This is not a thorn. This was made after thorns were discontinued. This is a relief grain, and it says "Made in England" on the bottom. Now, technically, all of the relief grains are made in England, but that's not quite true. I think I've seen a few that weren't or didn't say "Made in England." Another thorn that no, no, no. This is a relief grain here too, and I love this is just I think this is a fantastic smoker. I really these apples um and these more or less chimney pipes. Man, I just these are my favorites. Especially the straight apples. And at first I really didn't gravitate towards them, but After a while, I really saw the allure of them, especially with the Sandblast. I always wondered why the old school 1950s retro magazine kind of looks always had a guy with a father, winking with a big old pipe out of his mouth. I seen somebody, another channel that I seen, he's got that as his avatar, but they always have a straight, just a straight billiard, you know. It'd just be a regular old straight billiard, and I always thought that was too plain. But things change. Things change. And really, I am a little bit more partial to a longer shank and a shorter vulcanite bit. But here's another thorn. Actually, this was made pre-relief grain, but this is a smaller apple, kind of a brother to this guy here, the little brother. I really like them as a pair too. I would smoke these often, both in the same day, 'cause they're both thorns, both vulcanite, both in fantastic position, fantastic condition. See, yeah, the smaller one's a 7442. The top one's 7433. So I think 74 is the shape, and then the size is differentiated by the other numbers. Now here's another one. An old familiar pal of mine, you guys might remember. One of my favorite pipes, absolutely top five, 100%. It's got a large ball stinger, four-hole stinger on it. It's a Kaywoodie silhouette. I just love these silhouettes, and especially because this one's the bent billiard. I don't know. Like I said, I just fell in love with these, and it was almost accidental. I think I purchased this one uh, and I didn't even know if it was a four-hole stinger. I was taking a chance. I didn't even know if they made the silhouette with a four-hole stinger. If that the silhouette had come out post four-hole stinger. Well, I bought it and come to find out, not only is it a four-hole stinger, but it's the old school like synchro stem with this big old ball. Because there are other four-hole stinger. Here we go. One of my favorites too. This beautiful meerschaum billiard that I got brand new. But see the difference between those balls. I think that they both have etching on the stinger too, but they're obviously similar in era. But I don't know how similar, how close they are. But anyway, this one's got the bigger ball, and it's an older pipe, and it's in such good shape. It's that one I actually got in brand new shape. It's like new old stock unsmoked. This one I didn't get unsmoked, but man, does they almost look the same. And it's got the flat. They flattened out the bottom here. That's where it says the shape and that it's a silhouette. The shape is a 14. But yeah, this guy is just a champ. I love the band. I love that about the silhouette. I think it really gives them character. And the only other four-hole stinger silhouette I found is this beautiful bulldog or Rhodesian, I guess. It's got the two lines etched in it. It's got the big boy four-hole stinger, that gorgeous band in such great shape. I think back when people bought these, they must have thought these were premium pipes too, because they took such good care of these pipes. Both the silhouettes that I got are just in spectacular shape, and they're well smoked. The bit on this one, you can see somebody smoked the hell out of this pipe. And I love that. I love that. That is such a good smoke, yet it's on its second life. Here we go. We got another thorn. Now this is a real oddity, the fact that it's a pair. This is the only pair thorn that I have ever seen by Kaywoodie, ever. And I've got a lot of thorns. And it's an old one. It's got a pretty big ball, probably the same age as that meerschaum. But I just love how thick those walls are. I love and it kind of reminds me of a Dr. Grabeau, my first Dr. Grabeau. But really, though, it's over 100-year-old really high quality briar Kaywoodie, and it's a thorn as well, like I said, and it's an awesome pipe, man. Lucky to have it. The only thing that is there is an issue with, it's got some damage on the bottom of the stem, and what really sucks is I think at one point I did have that piece. I think I did break. I got it. There was a crack in the stem, and while I was smoking it, I bit down or something, and it popped that damn thing. And I've been beating myself up over it ever since. One of my other thorns, one of my favorites too, is this Zulu here. You know, I have so many of these Zulus. This is the only thorn that I've ever come across. This is Zulu, and one of only a few that have the really old school synchro stems in them. The only thing is the darn collar. It's just barely off center. But other than that, it's an awesome pipe. Awesome pipe, man. I love smoking this pipe. Uh, smoke it at any opportunity I can. And at this point, you know, I don't even really reserve pipes for um, specific blends. No matter what blend I last smoked out of a pipe, I know I enjoyed it, so it really doesn't matter. If I really want to taste the blend I'm smoking, I will just smoke Meerschaum. Here's another Rock Ambura, and this one, the button is actually in pretty good shape, but this was one of my, I think this was the first Rock Ambura I ever got, and this is one of my favorites too, because it's got that old school stinger, big boy stinger. It's got the light yellow bake light. It's got a super unusual billiard shape too. It's got that polygon shape. I only have one other pipe made by KB&B that's made with this shape, and it's a Rocky Briar. And this is a Rock Ambura Age Briar Synchro Stem KB&B Drinkless Kaywoodie. Yeah. And this is just, I love this pipe. I think it's just really nice to hold. I mean, the way that the paneling is, it's just really nice to hold, and it's really ended up being one of my go-tos. And another Kaywoodie that I'm really proud of is the Meerschaum Bakelite, baby. This is a killer piece right here. Billiard. It's a 14, like my silhouette and that other. I mean, I love it. I've had this one for quite some time too, and it's just been coming along so lovely. Um, and you know, I went through that little phase where I was buying up anything with KBB on it, especially if it had a Bakelite stem. And here's a Catalin, a KBB Catalin Algerian Briar. So it's basically a suntan rock ambura. Um, and yeah, I did have one more. Here's a suntan here. It's my absolute. This is like a showpiece for me. This is this big boy Paul. I have a flame grain in the exact same shape that I smoke with. This one I don't smoke out of, but it's in perfect shape. There's no damage to the rim, nothing. It's got a monster ball on it. It's just a freaking awesome, awesome shape. But it's a suntan Algerian briar, synchrostem. All of the etchings are super clear as day. And it's just a beautiful pipe. And I love this shape. I remember when I hated this shape, but somewhere along the line, I realized how convenient that is to be able to smoke a pipe and use your hands. It was something that I kind of took for granted. You know, looks was a big deal to me. It isn't anymore. I would rather have a pipe that smokes better than looks better any day of the week. Now, I just wanted to bust this one out again, or once. It's that Clay Peterson. Man, this has really turned out to be just an absolute treasure of a pipe, to be honest with a treasure. It's like kind of reminds me of meerschaum, but not meerschaum. It's not meerschaum. It's a little bit more inert than the meerschaum, and it's harder, obviously. But I'm surprised that Peterson didn't continue making these. You see, it says Peterson system. I don't know if you guys have seen in the videos that I put up, but I bought this one. It was brand new. Still had the sticker on it for the sale sticker. Bought this brand new, and these were known for breaking. They didn't last forever like the Briars because they would break. And not only was this one not smoked, but no damage whatsoever to it. It's in just beautiful shape. This is another one of my showpieces that I absolutely love. And it's a workhorse. Most of my showpieces are actually workhorses, and that's what really I have a bond with some of these pipes. They represent good times for me or good feelings for me because I like certain ones so much. I enjoy them so much, and I just wanted to do a quick one today. Most likely I'm working tonight. I might be working tomorrow night, but the next time I have a full day off, I'm gonna go through the whole collection and I'll show you guys my cherished stuff, some of the stuff that gets less usage, if any usage at all, that I'd be willing to part with. And but actually, I did want to go over a couple of other things. I still have my old Nimrod Admiral, and this is one of my favorite lighters. I used this for a long time. I mean, continuously. I mean, this was my day-to-day lighter before I got my Corona Old Boy, which is now, I mean, this thing is just impeccable. Japanese made with the tamper. And I just got the regular steel. I didn't need anything fancy. And then I've got the old school premium lizard skin brass Nimrod. I forget what they call these. Sportsman. The regular aluminum ones are Sportsmans. This one is like their premium edition, and I think it's just the coolest thing. Not only is it a pipe lighter, of course, but it's like a Zippo, but it's in the cylindrical manner. You can open it with a penny, and then the other side is where your flint is, and it's supposed to be that light it, you can light it and open it at the same time. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's supposed to just and then light, and then you hit it. So it's just one action. Boom, it's open, lit, ready to go. Then you close it. Everything's good to go. Now, I tried to get one in better shape, but I couldn't get one for the right price. And shoot, this one still has the original red flint in it, which is pretty legit. You know, I don't think the outside is beaten up a little bit, but the inside you can tell it's cotton white. Whoever bought this, they pro they either never touched the inside of it with fingers, or it sat in a box somewhere. Now the faux lizard skin is coming apart, but we can ignore that. It's still a really cool historical showpiece. It's just a really nice pipe lighter. But anyway, I just wanted to show off some of my or show you guys some of my more cherished items in my whole pipe collection, especially some of the newer guys. Let you guys know where I'm at. You know how things have changed. What pipes I'm smoking more, what pipes I'm smoking less. It changes. Things change. You get wild hairs and you do a little bit different. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and do a pipe video because, like I said, I'm a pipe guy, first and foremost. Uh, that's what the channel's always been about. One thing I did want to ask though before I go, if anybody in England, if anybody in England would be willing to help me get some of this Germain's 1820 flake, uh, man, I'd really appreciate it. Maybe a trade or uh, something along those lines. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for anything for free or to do anything for free, but if somebody could help me get a hold of that stuff, uh, gosh, I'd be terribly grateful. I really would be because somebody brought it up the other day. I didn't even know it existed because 1820 is my favorite Germain blends mix. And he was like, yeah, people have been kind of overlooking the 1820 mixture because of the 1820 flake. And I'm like, huh? The 1820 flake? So I looked it up, of course, and I come to find out it's like rich dark flake. It's the English, the British counterpart to in the what is in the American market, Stonehaven and Penzance. So if anybody could could lend a hand, I'd be more than grateful and be more than willing to show that. Like I said in Schindler's List. I know the meaning of gratitude. But anyway, that's it, guys. Another one of my movie quotes. Um, but yeah, that's it. Until next time, y'all have a good evening. Happy chooches. Uh, keep your tobacco dry, gentlemen.